Shidim Shari. Morning, Monday, May 27th. We are winding down May here of 2024. All right, let's first take a look at TAP, one of the bad stock buy-in that I did the past, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks. First, I went in. Well, this is the weekly chart. Let's go into the daily chart first. At first, it was in the buy zone, which was a good entry here. And for 2 weeks, it looked like a smart play. And then there was a retest and then a failure. And then, of course, I thought this will hold, this upward trend line is going to hold. It did not. It continued to come down, and now it is at another 52-week low, right? So that was my bad, for sure. I should have set a stop somewhere. The smart thing to do was set a stop on this big red candle here on a low of day, and then get stop out and then buy low. So that was the mistake, no doubt about that. Always keep on learning, people. Okay. Just because the position is small at the time, sometimes I'm guilty of not setting a stop on a small position, and that's what happened. Anyhow, what next? Okay, so you see this yellow line here? That's the trend. That was the trend line that I drew on this top move, and then I duplicated down here for the channel. So it violated the channel during the week, okay, on Thursday and Friday. So there's a confluence of a couple of things down here. And so, could this be it? If not, the low will be my stop, right? I set, so because I failed to put a stop here, I set my stop down there, 53.36. You have to do it, okay? You have to do it. Even though I hate to do it, I do think this is the bottom. The magical word, look, okay? If you want to use a 200 weekly moving average as your stop, you can, but there's got to be some kind of stop here, okay? Somewhere, either the one that I have, the low of day Friday, or this 200 weekly, because after that we could see multi-year low. Okay, it's kind of silly, but it is what it is. Okay, the market, if the market decided that it does not want to own TAP right now, it is way oversold. But whatever is oversold can be more oversold for those that understand how the market works. Okay, so let's take a look at the other disaster, which I like a lot. Okay, STZ, I'm very happy to exit. I had at one point 400 share of STZ. It was a winning trade. Okay, no doubt about that. But my God, I was happy to exit here on this channel here. Okay, I was happy. I bought down here. I bought here, trim some, bought some back, trim, got out. Okay, got out. So I start to build a small position, very small position here on this right here. I thought this channel is gonna hold, and over the same 2 weeks with TAP, it got sold. So I think my next buy order is gonna be right down here. Okay, at 242.95 ish. I'll put it in order. So in case it come down there, yeah. But it bounced on Friday. Now whether this is gonna hold, it bounced and rejected at the 200 moving average. So we'll see. But I like to add to my STZ position. I have enough TAP. Okay, I don't need to add more to that. I will get stopped out and buy back below. But as far as STZ, I like. I wouldn't mind adding to that. Now, as far as this sector, the rotation out of STZ, I think there is two reason for the sell-off in both TAP and STZ. First, it was because of Bud. Okay, so let's take a look at Bud. I'm sure you'll see that the chart is the opposite. Okay, Bud went up big, but gapped like crazy. Okay, for those that follow Bud and me, I talk about it's the most gappy stock in the history of all stock. You can just take a look at the last 6 months alone, and there are gap up, gap down, literally every other week. Okay, it's crazy. I never understand why Bud behave that way, but it has as long as I can follow, remember the stock. It don't care one bit about gap. The trader on on Bud are crazy. Regardless, Bud um, part of this move is of course Bud regaining market share after the trans controversy, right? Um, but that's only part of the reason why TAP and STZ got sold off, because as you can see, even Bud gave back 5% of the up move so far. Okay, or more. It can't hold. Okay, I thought for sure when once Bud make this move right here, that it's gonna somehow maintain some kind of like up level, but it didn't either because the sector was sell off. Okay, there was a selling off of this sector, of course, into the Nvidia and other semi. So it is what it is. So the rotation is going to end, and I think money will flow back into the sector. So once one other thing that I harp on a lot for those that follow me is whenever a stock is down, sure, the very first thing you should look at is the company specific. The next thing you should look at is sector specific. Never just look at your one stock and say, oh, it's down. Oh, woe me, why me, kind of whining. Why is it down? Is it because there are negative sentiment for the sector? If the fundamental of the company is intact and the sentiment is negative for whatever reason, then the down move is not a big deal. Okay, that's how I look at TAP and STZ this past few weeks. I understand that Budweiser controversy is over. The benefit of that is over. But does that mean that the stock, the sales of STZ and TAP is going to be below what it was before the controversy? They behave as if Bud gained even more market share back instead of like just regain what they lost. Like I said, the market can behave irrationally. Okay, so it is what it is. Um, as far as the sector itself, once again, I think it's silly that people are selling the sector to chase semi, especially if you believe that the economy is weakening. Because at the end of the day, when it comes down to a weak economy, it's the booze, the cigarettes, and the gambling that will stay in the high side because people revert to doing sinning when they're in bad mood. And if you look at, I'm not going to do it for this video, but take a look at Philip Morris and Altria stocks. Those sin stocks are booming, right? Because the economy is bad and money are flowing into that sector just as they should be flowing into booze. And the negative sentiment for the sector, I think, will revert with worsened economic data. That's it. So to recap, STZ is the one I would like to add. I got my stop in for TAP in case it has not found the bottom. But if you new and don't have position in tab, it's a good spot right here to get in.